Good morning. So this reading is for Thursday, December 11th. And before I get started, I wanted to quickly point out something here. I'm going to make another modification to my website, and it's really related to having that whole video that goes live every Sunday, the one I do by Zodiac sign. And so I'll take a step back for a second and talk about, I've been doing the weekly readings. They're the Celtic Cross. I've been doing them for years. And recently I added on an extended version. So it's an add-on to the reading. So the reading itself on YouTube, on Rumble, and even on TikTok, it's still the same that I've been doing for years. But now there's the extended version of it. And so the request was, if I'm buying the extended, can I actually buy the entire video? And so I'm working through that logistically this week. And so it's going to be available for Sunday's release. So I did want to highlight that. Not something you need to purchase, but if that is something that you wanted to purchase, the entire video so that you have that kind of start to finish all in the same location as opposed to some on YouTube or whatever platform, and then the other half through the extended. I'm just putting it out there. Again, you'll see it. Just wanted to highlight it. So let's get into the reading. So let's get a little bit around our past. Current energy. And future energy. And so this video is available on both YouTube and Rumble, Tarot and Astrology with Michelle. So looking here, bottom of the deck, Ace of Pentacles. This is a new beginning. This is a very strong, solid new beginning. The energy is unmistakable with this one. It's because of this past, because when I put these cards down, I got the message conquered, like you conquered something. King of Cups. So the King of Cups is emotional growth, and there's something here that you learned and it feels like it was about yourself. It was connected to a journey, a healing process. There was this kind of going within and kind of evaluating yourself, identifying more strengths and weaknesses, places where you were getting triggered. That's what you were healing here in the past. And then I get the Emperor showing up with it. This is the conquered energy. There was something that you overcame in the past. It says Ten of Swords. Ten of Swords is a painful ending. But with the King of Cups showing up here, it feels like you put in a lot of energy. There was a lot of self-love and nurturing that went into the healing process, recognizing that whatever happened here, it's done, it's over, you're ready to move on. You need to let this go in order to move on. And the Emperor feels like that conquered. Like, I conquered this. I just completed this cycle in such a way that I'm stronger, more confident, more stable as I'm moving forward. And that's actually what's fueling this Ace of Pentacles at the bottom of the deck. And that's what I'm picking up on here. And so when I look at the current energy and I get the Tower coming through, so the Tower is a breakthrough and it leads to balance here with the Justice card. And I'm also getting the Page of Wands, some sort of action. So in the past, the way it's coming through, this was all internal. You were doing a lot of internal reflection and healing. Now it feels like you're about to have some sort of breakthrough that gets you out of just this internal work and gets you doing something external, but coming at it from that very balanced place with the Libra energy. But it's the Page of Wands. It's that action, like, I'm ready to do something about this. I'm ready to act on this Ace of Pentacles and really build something tangible, long lasting with that solid foundation, but also not rushing into it, because it's like steady built over time. And so when I look at the future here, I'm getting the Two of Cups. So the Two of Cups, I'm getting harmony, alignment, balance. And so it's a card of union. So take it as it resonates. There is a lot of balance that's coming through with that Two of Cups. And it's the way that you're approaching something here. This is something that you really want for yourself. I get the Star showing up here with it. And the Star, it's healing, but it's also recognizing your goals and dreams. And this actually feels like the steps that you're taking now in this current energy are lining you up for success in the future, because this feels like the alignment that you needed in order to make this happen, in order to make the Star real. And with that, I'm getting the Eight of Cups. So the Eight of Cups is walking away from anything that doesn't serve. And it's also about going in the direction of what you want. I'm moving towards something better, and I know I'm moving towards something better here. So let's get more information. Tell me about that King of Cups in the past. The Emperor. Ten of Swords. With the King of Cups, I've got the Three of Swords, but I also have the Ten of Swords out here in the past. Whatever this was, it left a heavy mark on your soul. Something here really hurt on that very deep foundational level. It might have struck like an old wound, a childhood wound. I'm getting abandonment. I'm definitely getting some insecurities, and I'm even getting some betrayal out of this. So take it as it resonates for you. This wound, whatever it was, had a pretty significant impact on your decisions. It was affecting all of the actions that you were taking, because instead of facing a situation that felt like it was going to be uncomfortable or triggering in some way, you kind of almost retreated into yourself, or you did it in a way that really didn't allow for the happiness to come through, like a muted version of something that you were doing. Like you wanted to go in a direction and you were taking all the steps, but then you kind of hesitated and only put in some effort instead of all effort. It was something along those lines. And so with that, with the Emperor showing up in the middle, that conquered energy, the Ace of Wands here, it feels like you are ready to take action. This was preparing you to move, to initiate this new beginning with the Ace of Pentacles, Ace of Wands. And then here, with the Ten of Swords, Seven of Wands, any resistance to dealing with this, it's done, it's over. This is about you standing up and going after what you want now. There's something about the way that you approach this internally. You did the work. I'm almost picking up like a hermit energy where you really went deep within yourself and really focused on what that wound was. What was it connected to? What was driving it? How is it still being triggered now, in order to kind of work through it all? Because the event itself with the Ten of Swords, it's done, it's over. It is long since ended, the way the energy is coming through. That does not feel like a recent event at all. But the impact has been pretty significant. It's weighed on you pretty heavily here. And so it required a lot of that deep internal reflection to almost kind of bring it up into your conscious mind so that you could really work through this. But I do get the sense that you have, and you've made significant progress here. So tell me about the Tower and this breakthrough. Justice. Page of Wands. So with the Tower, I'm getting the Nine of Cups. And so the Nine of Cups is your goals and dreams. This is making them real. And so this is about the actions that you're taking. So the universe is assisting you here. It's getting you out of your internal work and getting you to act externally now, because you're ready. And so the universe is saying, now's the time. The Tower is a divine timing card. I love it. Getting you out of your comfort zone, ready to move forward. But it's not really out of your comfort zone because you've done the work. So it's no longer a discomfort when you step forward. In fact, everything here is really balanced. I've got another divine timing card with the Wheel of Fortune coming through. And so a lot of growth and expansion, but you're coming at it from a balanced perspective. This is about moving in the right direction, of really seeking what you want here with that Nine of Cups and even the star that shows up in the future energy. This actually feels like the wheel is turning, the ball is moving, you're starting to take action. I'm actually getting like a pickup in speed and momentum. So the sooner you get started, the sooner things kind of happen. And I don't mean that in like a steady way. I do feel like in the early stages of this, there's going to be like that exponential growth that I'm picking up on. That's not always going to be the case. This does feel like those early stages as you're kind of out of that Tower energy, out of your own internal work in order to kind of start moving forward. And with the Page of Wands, I'm getting the Death card, change and transformation, Scorpio. So this is really about endings and new beginnings. And what's happening here is the way that you're approaching things is different because of all the work that you've done here in the past. I have the two major change cards showing up here in the current energy. This is definitely not a small change. This really does indicate you conquered something in the past. You're never going to go back into it. This is confirmation and validation that you're moving in the right direction because the universe is guiding you and assisting you. It's giving you signs, synchronicities. It's removing blocks that are just in your way. And so these are those kind of cues that you want to look for from the universe that, no, things are going to be better this time. Things are going to be different because of you, the work that you've done, and your approach. Even in this new beginning, your approach is not the same as it was before. The Star, and the Eight of Cups here. So with the Two of Cups, I'm getting the Tower. So the Tower's out here twice. And so this is some sort of breakthrough. The breakthrough that leads to what you want. There's something else that's showing up here from a Tower standpoint. The energy here, if it's connected to another person, there's actually a Tower on both sides that clears some sort of path, opens something up, because I'm getting communication between the two of you if it is another person. If it's not about another person, it does feel like it's connected to your higher self. There's some sort of line here that is kind of now more available, more free. You're getting a lot of assistance here from the universe with the Tower out here twice and then the Wheel of Fortune. There's something that's turning in your favor. This is like an exponential, almost like a leap year, like a quantum leap year, the way it's coming through, where you're jumping timelines and you're kind of accelerating momentum into a specific goal. And it feels like it's one specific goal. There's something about the decisions and the actions that kind of speed things up. It's the time in between these two towers feels short, but it's because of the decisions that you're making. Like you make some sort of choice about conquering something, you jump a timeline because you're not going to accept status quo. You've done the work. And then you start taking action here and you make another choice that the Tower here is helping you, and you then jump another timeline. And so things start to quicken in this second timeline. This is where I'm picking up the exponential speed. But there's something that's clicking into place, and this actually feels like what you want. And so with the Star, I'm getting the King of Swords. That King of Swords, it's clarity, it's release, it's knowing exactly what you want. It's the understanding and the recognition around the past not repeating. I'm getting a lot of that message coming through, but it's more the energy of I've got this that I'm getting with the King of Swords. Like, I know that the past isn't going to repeat. I've got this. I know exactly where I'm going. I know what I need to do. And so here, with the Eight of Cups, I'm getting the Three of Wands. You're just going to continue moving forward. There's something here that's part of your path, part of your lessons. And I do feel like you're incorporating all of this when you have that understanding around the past and this wound specifically, and how much this has impacted you and how deep it really went. When you were doing the work, the internal healing work, and then you started making conscious decisions to start moving, start acting, there's more awareness and recognition coming through, but also that I'm not going to repeat it. I'm not going to repeat it because I'm not the same person. But there's the strength that's coming through, and I'm trying to tap into what the strength is, because this King of Swords is not a bystander. This is somebody who's very active in the decision-making process and acts with a lot of clarity, very highly intelligent person. And so when you're making these decisions here in the future energy, you're seeing everything really clearly, including the past, including what you're walking away from. But it's also the strength within you. It's the skill set that you've developed in order to be a different person, respond differently here as you're moving forward. That's what allows for all the success and the continuous movement forward. You're incorporating these lessons into your decisions, into your actions, everything. So this is the reading for Thursday. I hope it resonates. If it did, please like, share, and subscribe, and I will see you next time. Take care.